soon just because I came downstairs to get some coffee. I'll be on my computer when I go back upstairs with the coffee, and I'll be able to get my camera on then. Okay?
Yep, that'll work.
Great.
Can you see yourself? Oh, yeah, we can see everybody. All right, I gotta unrecord us now. I have to take us off pause.
Where's one?
Right there.
Wait, it says it's recording.
Oh, no, it's just telling us it's going to be recorded, so let's. Okay, stepping away.
Okay, you're on.
We can't see Marty though.
Good morning, everyone. It is 10:00. Meeting of Town of Brookhaven Development Corporation. Wednesday, February 5th, the following board members are present. Mr. Callahan, right on Zoom, Mr. Rose, Mr. Trotter, Holly, Mr. Vaughn, and Quorum is present. Just a couple of quick orders of business. The minutes of our meeting of January 8th have been circulated. A motion to accept those, please.
So moved.
Second. Any questions, corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have one resolution. I will abstain from that. Lisa, I'll turn it over to you.
But the first item on the agenda is the Long Island Community Hospital, formerly known as Brookhaven Memorial Hospital. They expect to merge with NYU Langone Hospitals, and they expect to substitute the master trust indenture between Brookhaven Memorial Hospital and US Bank Trust, which was dated 10/2020, with a master trust indenture between NYU, NYU, LH, and Bank of New York Mellon, which will be 6/28 of 06. Can you guys hear me? Yes?
We can hear you.
Saying yes.
Yes, okay, I
heard
can hear
better.
now. And amended and restated 11/25 of 2014, they're requesting approval of this merger and the master trust indenture substitution. Gary, did you have anything that you wanted to add to that?
No, this is just a continuation of the sort of merger that has been contemplated a couple of years ago. NYU provided a guarantee for these bonds until the merger could be approved by the regulators. And now that that has been approved, they would like to consummate the merger.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Anne Marie, you can't vote if we can't see you. But I don't think we need your vote on this. We have 4 without you, so don't worry about it.
I think I'm back upstairs. And I'm not sure why my camera isn't on.
All right, well, you work on that. We're good with this for right now.
Okay.
The only other item that we have on the agenda is, oh yeah, we can bring Fred back. He needs to hear this too. The only other item on the agenda is we have some outstanding documents for the LDC. No one has sent in their related party confirmations from the auditors. You sent it in to the IDA, not the LDC. Sorry.
I sent both in. I sent both in.
I sent mine in as well.
Yeah, as soon as I got it.
Hard copy.
I
Mailed it to them.
Yeah,
mailed through postal mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
they gave a return envelope. They gave an envelope, to stick everything in.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Anne Marie.
Good to see you and be, good to see you and be seen.
Behind it.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? You have to-
in
LDC. Can you,
I don't have it.
can you send me that form?
I will get, I'll get you something.
They also should have gotten it by email. Oh,
Okay. Okay, in addition, Mitch, have you done your harassment training? I'm harassing.
I started. and I stopped.
Easy breezy, come on.
I will go back and do it again.
Finish it.
I am,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Anne Marie, you need to do your harassment training. And
I
your-
just wrote myself a note.
Okay, and your ethics, you need to do your ethics disclosure.
Yes, I just mailed it off, I think.
Okay. Marty, ethics disclosure.
Which one? I did it, I'm done. Remember I
Send it to Kyle. Marcotte?
don't know what I did, but I did it.
All right, Marty, I'll find out about yours.
Yeah, please let me know, Lisa. The thing that I just mailed off was to the accountant, so maybe it wasn't
That's
ethics.
different. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys the ethics, the
Good.
link to do it again.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get you the
There you
form.
go. There was a link. You didn't have to do anything this time.
We had to click on the
No, you
link.
click on it and fill it out,
Fill it
and
out.
then you have to say, it has to say you finished, and then you get an email that says you successfully.
I did it, but we have to do it again. I filled it all out.
Ethics.
It saves it
Okay.
if you didn't send it, so if
And-
you go back in, everything you filled out will be in there.
Okay,
Because we talked about with Tim, yeah, I will talk with.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that's the only, I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna do. Okay, so, if you know what you need to do, complete it, please, and everybody else, I'll follow up with, a little bit of direction. That's all we have on for the LDC unless anybody has anything else.
In that case, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? Second. All those in favor?
aye.
All right, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
All right, it is now 10:14. We'll open the meeting of the Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency, Wednesday, February 5th. The following board members are present. Callahan, right by Zoom, Mr. Rose, Mr. Trotta, Mr. Pally, Mr. Braun. Quorum is present. Minutes of our meeting of January 8th will also forwarded to everyone. Need a motion to accept those.
Motion.
Second. Second, question. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Lisa.
And we have two applications on for your consideration today. The first is a subtenant application from WF13. This is for Pickleball Heaven. Just to remind everybody, WF13 is one of the spec industrial projects located at 645 National Boulevard that's west of Sills and south of Horse Block. That's the standalone building, not the three buildings, it's just the single building. Pickleball Heaven is the subtenant application in front of you. It's a 10-year lease for 18 pickleball courts with a bar and eatery. I've been told that initially the bar will be for smoothies and juice, like a juice bar, but they are trying to get their liquor license, and then eventually, if they're successful, I think they will want it to serve alcohol. Our insurance will have to change if they are able to serve alcohol in that, but we'll cross that bridge if and when that comes to fruition. They are saying they'll create 20 FTEs at $40,000 to $60,000 a year. They're gonna occupy just shy of 56,000 square feet of a roughly 129,000 square foot facility. It's about 43% of the building. So this is a little bit different for us because As you know, the IDA has a prohibition on supporting retail. Our caveats where we can support retail. Enclosed in your packets is a study from Nelson Pope that shows that, so just to back up for a second, one of the caveats where we can support retail is if the portion of the facility the construction of it constitutes more than 1/3 of the total project costs, then there's other caveats, but that's the one that this Nelson Pope study focuses on. And they show that the pickleball portion of it would be 13.4% of the total project costs, which means that it's under 30% and means that you can support it. It also means that there's additional wiggle room in this project to put more retail if that becomes, you know, makes sense for the project. What we have on the right now is for you guys to consider accepting this application and then passing the resolution. Do you guys have questions?
Andrew, is there anything else other than that 30% rule that governs what we can and can't do as it relates to retail?
Yes.
Sure, there are other exceptions, but, or 30%.
And the 30%, their cost is the numerator, the total cost, or the original cost is the denominator?
I believe it is the original cost.
That is Barry's project, so we might probably contain more than.
Barry, did you hear what I said?
I think I heard parts of it. I think you were asking whether the 1/3 project cost was based off of the original project costs. Is that correct?
Also basic.
So Barry, it's really hard to hear you.
That's what, yeah.
Okay. Let me try to yell into it. The analysis that was done here was a comparison of the original construction cost for the entire facility compared to the cost specific to the retail portion of the facility and whether that exceeded 1/3 of the total project costs. Nelson Pope decided that it was not, and that there would be additional sort of space for retail components if and when those opportunities arise.
You want me to
I'm not
say
sure,
that?
I'm not sure I heard everything. The entire cost of the facility includes the original cost plus the cost of the pickleball?
No.
No.
So the original cost of building the facility, plus they did additional improvements because they did, they're working on solar on the roof. They've got a couple of other things that are, since the facility was constructed, that cost for the construction of the facility versus, or the percentage of what the pickleball improvements will cost, as long as the pickleball is less than 1/3 of the total cost of the project.
But the
It's
total
acceptable.
cost of the project,
Does
the
not
original
include
cost does not include the
pickleball.
pickleball cost.
No, because
Okay.
then you'd never reach it, you'd always push it further
Oh.
out.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me better now or no?
A little bit.
A little bit,
Okay.
It's not you, it's
yeah.
we're down the owl,
Got it.
But Brad, the idea
but we're improvising.
You would think the owl would fail.
a square footage allocation. So
Yeah.
the rule doesn't look at that if you have 100 square feet,
Right.
30,000 square feet. And versus 30, it's really how much you spend on the
Yeah.
portion of the project that has. Disproportionate.
Motion to accept the application,
Sure, so moved.
second? Second. Any further questions, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We need a motion to accept the resolution also.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Once again, the motion carries.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is, Mastic Development Co. LLC. This is, we discussed this in the past. This is a proposed redevelopment of the neighborhood road area of Mastic Beach. It's Comac Road to the, it's kind of a little bit of a triangle. So Comac Road to the north, Doris to the east, neighborhood to the south. It's not kind of a triangle, it is. It's 143 parcels, just shy of 38 acres to be redeveloped. In 2019, a blight study was completed. In 2022, an urban renewal plan was completed that designates the area as an urban renewal area. Beechwood was selected as the master developer. The plan includes 630 units of housing. I just want to point out to everybody that there are some housing units in this project that are for sale that we will not be involved in. And there's some that are rentals that we will be supporting. So 630 is, and this is a plan in the works. So this is currently, the numbers are adjusting, but 630 units of housing, 130,000 square feet of retail and restaurants. There's public parking garages and parks. About 330 units of the 630 are rental housing, and about 300 are for sale units that we won't be involved in. But I wanted to make sure that you guys had a understanding of the whole project, even though there's pieces of it that won't be ours.
Would they be separated rentals in different buildings, or would they be
That-
intermingled with each other?
That's the plan, is separate buildings. 10% affordable, 10% workforce set asides. They're also going to be constructing a sewage treatment plant, utilities, new roadways. They're in contract for 21 of the 143 paid parcels. There's another 10 that are pending, and 2 of them are being carved out because the businesses are gonna remain. So it's about 35 of the 143 are secured. And that was as of a couple of days ago, so that may have changed. The expectation is that construction's gonna start early 2026. It's going to take about 8 years to complete all phases. It's a $296 million project, and they're going to create 59 FTEs at $20,000 to $90,000 a year. There will be, those are the permanent jobs. There will be about 345 construction jobs. They are requesting a 15-year pilot, sales and use tax, and a mortgage reporting tax exemption. Do you want to add anything for our board? Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Is the intent here to have our financing on individual property pieces or collectively?
I think it depends on how it ends up flowing. If it makes sense that our assistance, if it works out that the eastern portion of it is going to be rentals and the western portion of it will be for sale, then it might make sense to do it that way. If it's one here and one here, we might have to separate it. It's also going to depend on how they phase it eventually. So it might make sense to do this portion as one closing and then another closing on another portion. And it also depends on if we have a role and what our role is on utilities, the sewage treatment plant, roadways. So this is the start of a process. I don't think that they're far enough along to really answer those questions, certainly, but I envision it to be similar to how we did the Ronco project, where we'll have a plan for the entire thing and then we will phase it in depending on what the construction and how they acquire parcels also is obviously gonna make a difference in it.
I don't know from the application, which law firm represents Beechwood?
Who's representing you guys? Will we know on this? So they're in-house counsel.
Okay, thank you. Other question?
Be a nice project.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, 100%.
Need a motion to accept it.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a resolution for the KCE NY 31 LLC included in your packet was, the pilot and the cost benefit analysis. Just to remind everyone, this is a proposed 50 megawatt BESS, at, gonna be located at the Shoreham Power Plant property. It's about 2.3 acres of that property. It's about an $85 million project. They expect 20 construction jobs. They're requesting a pilot and sales and use tax exemption. We had a public hearing this morning. There were comments. The school district participated. They are, for the most part, were just curious as to how the pilot was developed. And thank you. No, that's okay. Have a nice night. It's, how the pilot was developed. They're concerned about the impact on the school district. They are interested in learning more about how these projects will be assessed and valued, but I don't have information to share with them on that, so I'm not quite sure. They're also concerned about the peaker plant that's on the property there, if this is going to impact that. I don't think that they were opposed to it necessarily. They're just trying to understand its impact to the school district. Those comments are, we live streamed them this morning, so you can hear them directly, but that was, I would say, a quick synopsis of their concerns. This is a final authorizing resolution. Do you guys have any questions on it?
Is this a gentleman that came and spoke to us, was it last month's meeting, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Seemed like he knew his stuff and
John, anything to add?
looked like it was good project.
Need a resolution from the board.
I'll move.
Second. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is Sunrise Wind 22 Research Way. I just want to make sure I point this out. This is for the 22 Research Way, their operations and management facility, not for the cables project. So we have two separate projects for Sunrise Wind, and this is only for the 22 Research Way project. They are requesting an assignment from Sunrise Wind to Ørsted Wind Power North America LLC. This is an upstream entity of Sunrise Wind and a direct subsidiary of Ørsted DevCo LLC. This will result in no change in beneficial owner, no change in operations, and no change in obligations of the project. Did you want to add anything, Andrew? I took it from does anybody have any questions on this?
So move.
Thank you, Mitch.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This is a sidelight. I sat next to Bill Hovland at a meeting yesterday and asked him how far along they were on their portion of the Sunrise Wind. And he said 80%.
The cables project.
Cables and the interconnect.
Yeah.
In Holtzville.
That's been going on.
Yeah. That would remember.
The next item on our agenda is, organizational resolution 24, which is our goals for 2025. We usually do this one, a little bit after, our organizational meeting. Thank you. The proposal was in the packets. Does anyone have any questions or concerns on it?
It's the only hope. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're meant to be,
That's for me.
reach,
Right.
yeah, they're reach goals. Reach
Incentive.
goals.
Let's go.
But some years, we've accomplished everything that we goal. Others,
We go back
for
to
a variety of timing reasons, don't work. So it's,
Yeah.
some of it is not under our control, but we go from there.
Yeah,
2021 was a big year because everybody was concerned about prevailing wage.
Right.
So
that
it
was
a
not
ru-
in our control.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I need a motion to go in a brief executive session.
To discuss, potential lawsuits.
So move. Second?
Second.
Thank you.
All right, let's hopefully leave. Okay.
That's what we want to do. Why not? It's just what that- I need a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion?
Second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
No action was taken while in executive session. So the next item on the agenda is bond allocation. I just wanted to let you know that we received our 2025 bond allocation. I may have included the letter that they sent originally that had a typo that said it was our 2024. They followed up with a correction letter, but the allocation is $10,580,657. So maybe we'll have a project that's here. The housing study. So I misread the housing study proposal, and I asked for up to 24,000. What I should have said was up to 40,000. So I'm asking to ratify that dollar amount up to 40,000.
I should have caught that.
Well, the way it was presented was a little confusing.
So we need an authorization to go from 25 to 40.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
And just so you know, they've already started gathering information. We have been working with them to get everything they need to get the study up and running.
And the sort of soft target date is,
They told us it would take about 3 months, so. See, April,
it should be wrapped up like,
I would hope so. The LIBDC dinner, I just wanted to let you know, we're not going to do a dinner in February. It'll probably be in June. But last time we met, we thought it would be February. I just wanted to, just alert you to that. And the last thing on, well, let me, before I go to the logo, let me just tell you, our audit is well underway. Pilots are, darn close to all being in, although I did see stuff just came in, so I'm hopeful that those are the last 2 that are outstanding. We've been in contact with the ones that we haven't received, and they've assured us that the check was in the mail, so hopefully that's what we just got.
so you're only 2 outstanding?
Yeah, for the first half.
I know, but
Yeah.
that's still out of 100.
Something.
10.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's, it's a big push to get everything in a month, and disbursements have already started going out. So that's moving along. I'm not gonna go back through the list of who owes what for the IDA. I'm gonna be in touch with everybody, but there are some documents like the LDC that are required for the IDA. And the last piece is our logo. So we sent around the proposal that Duval did, and the feedback that I received from everybody was that the consensus was everybody liked the third proposal. Not everybody, some people liked the second one, but the consensus was for the third. And what I wanna get your feedback and see what you guys think is an appropriate next step, but I was thinking maybe we could have them come back in and you guys could talk through things that you like, don't like, adjustments that you would like made. I can tell you that from what everybody said, should have, you don't have it to put it on the share, do you?
Oh.
Not easily, don't worry about it.
No, I'm
Um,
sorry.
The third one had, I don't know if you noticed, but the I was actually the cutout of the town of Brookhaven, but I don't think most people are gonna get that.
Oh, it is, it's on the iPads.
It's on the iPad?
Yeah.
Come on, up right here.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
All right, so perfect. You can see it. Oh, yeah, it's true, because it was in the packets.
I like that.
although oh yeah, there you go.
I'll open it up too and
I
pass it.
like that. I think
Where'd you
I
put
think it's clever, but I don't think the general public or anybody
Oh, it's good
outside
for me.
of the
Take
town of
this.
Brookhaven is gonna realize that.
Just, oh, sorry,
One of
honey.
the things that we
Sorry.
discussed was eliminating the words on the bottom that says Industrial Development Agency, because it says IDA, and adding a tagline, for instance, like Build Brookhaven. So we get Brookhaven in there so people know that we're the town of Brookhaven IDA. And we incorporate
You should be able to swipe it.
Yeah.
may not be doing business as, but gives us a tagline. Build Brookhaven is I put it in as a placeholder. It's the one we keep coming back to. But what I think we might want to do is have them come into our March meeting, which might be a little bit chaotic because it's our audit committee meeting too. I don't think there's a huge rush on us finalizing this, but have them come into one of our next meetings and talk through the things that we like, don't like, want them to continue working on. But I just wanted to have a conversation with everybody and see.
See, I thought they were gonna explore not using IDA since
Well,
those people don't identify with industrial development agency.
I think that's only because the last couple of years, there's been fewer and fewer commercial industrial deals.
Right.
There's been more housing and energy related. But don't forget our authorizing legislation doesn't even mention housing yet. Some people are trying to put that in there, so I'm a little reluctant to drop
That one looks pretty good.
IDA.
Which one?
The third one, with the
But-
town on top.
But we'll
I just think, I would agree with you, somewhere in that logo, the word Brookhaven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I think
Because
otherwise-
because we know what it means,
people won't.
somebody outside.
We don't want to benefit the other 7 IDAs.
This is
Yeah.
the one they want? The big
This one here.
IDA? Yeah.
See, it looks like the,
Yeah,
town.
yeah, I know.
Yep, yep. And then
So-
just go underneath it and put Brookhaven down in, or building
Yeah.
Brookhaven.
Get rid of the words Industrial Development Agency. That's, I think, people don't necessarily associate IDA. They associate Industrial Development Agency. So if we lose the word the words and put Brookhaven in there somehow, I'm gonna say Build Brookhaven. I'm not wed to that necessarily, but just as a concept. I think that's a very clean, very sharp logo. We had some comment that people really liked out of the first one, it's a the sphere. It's part of the Donegan patent. They pulled that piece of it. So if people really want that, it does have the nice like moving forward visual, and we could put
That
that.
could be a tree that would crush you down.
Let's think now.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe in between where they could work on some
Yeah.
taglines.
Yes, and I can ask them to work on taglines.
We've been playing with taglines for almost 2 years
Right.
internally.
Yeah, just as like a little game almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll ask them to work on taglines. I'll give them the feedback of the things that we thought so far. I will ask them, bless you, to come in here and you know, have a working session with everybody, and we'll keep moving it on.
Give them the taglines so she came up
Yeah.
with, so they're not starting from scratch.
Okay. I have them. And Andrew just told me that the New York City's LDC basically is Build NYC. So that might cause confusion. It might also be far enough away that nobody makes yeah. So just something to be aware of.
Instead of using build, use the word development, like develop. Which is,
Doesn't have the same alliteration as Build Brookhaven, but yes, we could. Anne Marie?
Just to be clear, the one we're talking about is the one that has what looks like a very tiny outline of the town as the
Yes.
dot in the eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one, Emily,
That's
looks
the
pretty
town
good.
and the
It
outline.
looks very cool, but it doesn't say anything about Brookhaven. Yep.
That's
That's what
the-
we're changing.
Yeah, I think we'll eliminate the words Industrial Development Agency and incorporate Brookhaven into a tagline in that bottom so that
Mhm.
people know where we are.
Where we're talking about. Great.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but I was pleased with what they put together. I like them.
Maybe step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Does anybody have anything else?
I'm glad we're not going with the one that looks like a claw.
Excuse me, Anne Marie, you have something?
I'm glad we're not going with the one that looks like a claw.
Looks like a
Second
claw.
one.
I think that's, you mean number two.
Number two, go on number two, yeah.
Number two, yeah. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you in person